If you're from Texas, something you'll hear a lot from the people who reside here is that most residents never really travel outside of the state. A good amount of times when I would ask people where they visited, a majority will just reply somewhere still in Texas, which may sound weird till you again realize just how utterly massive the state really is. I mean, just to get to the top from San Antonio, you're looking at 8 hours of driving at the very least. So a lot of people just never really have a reason to leave, especially when so many cities and towns all feel unique here, making traveling through the state sometimes feel like you're already adventuring to unseen areas and experiencing new ways of life. Even just going as far as 2 hours away, you will see how each city has their ways of coexisting. Corpus people don't act like Houston locals, while Houston locals act like they're their own country. I was one of those people, as I just never cared to travel America because why would I? I did venture outside of the US before when I went to Japan, but when it came to the States, Texas really does have everything. But that all changed when out of the blue, a few friends that I knew for over 12 years at this point said, "Let's meet up." And so we did. Alright boys, we're here at the airport, which is a very small airport to be exact actually, and I'm fucking tired. Here we are at the San Antonio airport, known for being quite small and easy to navigate. I have never found another airport as simple to traverse around in as this one. That mostly comes down to the fact that everything you need to find is a straight line. I, however, got here pretty early. My flight didn't leave for a few hours, but it was either get here way before takeoff and do it for free, or pay for an Uber, and even that would have been a hit or miss if I got here on time. The last time I flew was back in high school when I went to Japan, and it was a 16-hour flight. That was the last time I flew. So I'm gonna figure out where to go and what I need to do because I have no idea, and then I will come back. All right, I figured it out. You have to go here and go through security. So, boy, am I too tired for this. As we made our way through security, the memories of my first time flying at 17 hit me again, and I got quite nostalgic. And then all that died as I realized how expensive everything is, mixed with the lack of normalcy to waking up at normal hours, made me realize how tired I was. Working nights really kicks your ass when you actually have to be up during the day. I decided to stop by this Mexican restaurant to pick up some tacos since I didn't have time to eat in the morning like I originally planned. I'll let past CQ speak for myself about these. So tacos here are $12 for two. And these look like pretty good. But yeah, it's still food. Because I'm addicted to Monster and consuming products that will someday kill me, I picked up my $5 gasoline tasting beverage and decided to wait till my plane arrived, just enjoying the atmosphere and people watching as everyone went by hustling to their next destination. It was a real treat to be back here, honestly. I think I was so calm though at the time because the reality of me traveling out of Texas really wasn't setting in just yet. But it wasn't long till finally the plane had arrived. And you know, I was very excited to fly again because I remember how cool it was for the first time. Getting to feel this giant machine lift off the ground with the power of magic and the hamster in the back running on a wheel for energy. How could I not be excited to see the insane feats of man's design? Then the flight attendant couldn't find my seat. So apparently there's no 10E, so they just gave me a seat for the exit row. So I guess if we crash and we survive, I'll help out. But I got a window seat, so it worked out for me. Thank God. But with that little road bump out of the way, we were ready for takeoff. You could hear the engines roaring to life. The voice of the safety video played, filling the cabin with useful tips everyone ignores anyways. As the plane set off on the runway, it was time. I, a Texas man, was leaving the comfort of my big gulp cups, 10-gallon cowboy hats, the Longhorn, all for what? To see a few friends I met from video calling on the Wii U? But I couldn't chicken out now. With that, the plane's engines engaged full throttle. The feeling of the speed rushing through my body as the wheels lifted off the ground. I was greeted with the sight of something no Texas man could ever dream of. Fuck, I hate flying. This shit is boring. I also just learned I get sick from it as I felt like I was going to throw up for almost an hour. But besides that, at least it was cool to be up in the sky again. Getting to mess around with the screen as I could see the interactive map with all the cool settings, plus movies and TV shows to experience. Like American Dad, dude. I haven't seen American Dad in years. And how can I not enjoy it now when this is the view outside? Also, the food was what you expect. Basically, food for a toddler, which is the equivalent to a Planet Dodds fan's full-course meal. 5 hours later, we finally landed in Washington. And, wow.
Jesus. Yeah. Yeah, I forgot how, boring flights are. Yeah, after like 20 minutes of it, I was already fucking over it. We don't leave here until, I think, 1. So I'm kind of just going to fuck around for 40 minutes. And then we'll be in Boston. So maybe see if there's anything cool around here or not. But for the most part, just going to kind of just chill and do whatever.
Now, one thing I've learned real fast about people from the north is how little they randomly talk to you. To put in perspective, in Texas before I left on the flight, I legit had 2 people come up to me and either ask me about my outfit or where they should go. And with this simple question, it ended up being a full conversation about where they work or what family drama they have. I don't know if this is an everywhere else thing, but Texas people really love to overshare or just talk to talk, either one. I remember I had a random old lady tell me how her grandson was in prison for 20 years for vehicle manslaughter. Like, this happens all the time. In the north, though, this really never occurred unless the person was obviously not from the north or they were drunk. And even the times that I encountered that, I never learned anything about them as a person besides where they were from. Northerners also don't seem to just stand around in the middle of walkways or stop to talk while people are behind them. This happens so much in Texas and I hate it. These non-cowboy hat wearing fellows always seem to be on a mission as they rush or don't really stop to take anything in. And I know this is an airport, but even when I made it to Boston, I saw it a lot from strangers walking around outside. Before I took off, I really wanted something with lettuce or spinach, and this is when I saw this little shopping area with sandwiches that were over $10.
This sandwich costed $13. God, I hate the airport. It's the economy. It sucks.
Well, it's finally time to fly to Boston. Strangely, this is when it really started to hit me that, oh shit, I'm really going to go see my friends I've known for over a decade. That I really was doing this. Then I was snapped back into reality when we hit turbulence. An hour later, here we are at the Boston airport, with the first person waiting for me being John. So John has been at the airport for 5 hours, and he got here super early, but my other two friends won't be here for a bit. We ended up deciding that we would just head to the Airbnb already since we could check in, meaning we had to catch a bus, and John had something to share for the world.
Pikmin 2 for the Nintendo GameCube. Say it, John.
Have you heard of our Lord and Savior Pikmin 2 for the Nintendo GameCube?
That's his lie, baby.
Once on the bus, we had to make sure we got off at the right place since we needed to take a train to get as close as possible to our Airbnb. I will say, as someone who lives in a state where the only train we have is the one that runs through San Antonio and you can take to Chicago, this was something I enjoyed dearly to experience. It's actually one of the few things I miss from Japan and one of the main things I loved about Boston, having reliable public transportation. Because God forbid, you gotta use via transit here.
Yeah, that's how I know we're close to fucking New York.
Once off the train, John and I had to walk the rest of the way to the Airbnb, and seeing snow was something I sure as hell didn't expect to come across.
Ah, they didn't break. Fuck. I was gonna be like, this one's for one of the boys, and I fucking hit it hard. I couldn't. It didn't break. Ah, that fucking hurt.
We finally made it to the Airbnb, and the view was amazing. Getting to see the ocean off in the distance with the water not being shit brown like it is in Corpus. I was really surprised actually how clear the water was here. Like, it's sad, having a clear ocean is enough to impress me. Now, I'm just gonna spoil this here. This Airbnb, while looking nice and conveniently near everything we needed, it had some issues, with the biggest one being the thermostat was locked up and they had it running at 60 degrees in Boston winter. We had to legit beg the guy to let us unlock it to change it. As he told us when we first asked, the thermostat is set to a comfortable level for everyone since the last guy caused their bill to go up. Keep in mind, this Airbnb in total was more than $600, with $200 of that being the fucking cleaning fee. Now, I will show other weird stuff about the Airbnb as I find more, but yeah, this could have been way better for sure. Now, since we're still waiting for the other two guys to arrive, we decided to eat at a local pizza place near us called Luigi's. And this has to be some of the best pizza I've had in years. The vibe here was also really cool to top it all off. Getting to listen to an angry Boston man yell about something that annoyed him, to then watch him having a blast fake betting on horse racing. Yeah, the pizza mixed with this was such a good start to the trip for sure. But back at the Airbnb, the two other dog fanatics have shown. As the sun rays have seeped into the depths below, they have risen.
Oh, fuck. It's been so long. Can I touch it? Come on.
Yes. I told John, I was like,
Jesus Christ, what is this, a fucking lead door?
I told, no, there's another fucking door here, but I told John that I think Seb is like 4'3" and Dan's like 6'1".
I'm not that tall, you're taller than me. It smells like balls in here. It does.
Well, since they haven't eaten yet, we decided we would go out and find some grub and maybe hold hands, or in the words of my friend, find a place to kiss a bro.
Look at, record this.
Yeah, no, that's how I know it's real. Nobody message you like that. Dude, everyone drives like fucking idiots.
Also, everyone is like in a
this
winter
road is
suit.
very one way.
Everyone's like all winter coated up.
Are we not cutting cross like a fucking
Probably not.
Giga Chad?
I'm trying to find an opening.
John, look how he's wearing AirPods. He can't hear us. He has his AirPods in.
What? Yeah, it's gonna be $500. Oh! Oh my god!
Here we are at Crazy Good Kitchen, and man, the name sure lives up because the food was pretty good. Expensive for my taste, but overall really good. I really like the aesthetic of the RGB lights next to us, mixed with the great burgers we had. And to top it all off, the milkshakes that were pretty expensive were still really, really good. But I didn't get a lot of footage here because I was trying to live in the moment. Have you ever heard of it, Zoomers? Living in the moment? After leaving this place, I decided to bless them all with my knowledge of Hey You Pikachu facts. You could tell they were really wanting to hear it.
You know what's funny? Hey You Pikachu didn't get ported over to PAL because they couldn't understand their fucking accents.
Really?
They couldn't get the VRU to work with the British people's accents, so they never ported Hey Pikachu over to PAL regions.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you, bitch ass.
I don't give a fuck, dude.
As I said before, I know the trains up north are known to be dirty and gross, but damn if I didn't get excited every time I was able to hop on one. It felt like one of my favorite Japanese games. Puzzle Bobble. Back at the Airbnb, I finally realized we had a basement, but I didn't understand what it was at first since Texas doesn't really have basements. We mostly have bomb shelters if anything, even my high school had one. We decided to go out one last time for snacks for the night, and I was also greeted with the most amazing song to ever grace my ears along the way. And once back, it was time to game, because the only logical thing for any group of men to be doing in an Airbnb together is to smash. Both game-wise and real life. If you want to see the sex tape is on my Patreon. We're now up bright and early, and we decided to go check out some of the local breakfast places around us. I do love when we got here, we had this idea we would buy groceries to save on money, and instantly that didn't happen. But getting to see this view was worth the crippling debt I endured from taking this trip. I will never financially recover from this. This is Selva Cafe, a very comfy small place right next to the ocean. It's a really scenic location to eat at for sure. And with this moment now being on record for CQ lore, this cafe is a place where I learned for the first time what an affogato is, which is something I never in my whole life heard of at all.
So what is this, Dan? What is this you're eating?
I am eating affogato. It is espresso based over a vanilla ice cream instead of a milk base. Simple as that.
Yeah.
It's a nice, creamy coffee.
We literally do not have that in Texas.
Okay.
We eat cactus and nothing else.
I'll be real though, the price for this sandwich was actually crazy cheap for the size. I couldn't believe it, honestly. All those years of getting breakfast foods from Whataburger, and the size is about as big as my love for Sonic fans. I feel cheaped out seeing this, man. I wish I could have tried it again because it was that good.
The Station Square train will be arriving soon.
This is when we stumble upon one of the greatest gaming stores I have ever seen, even beating out places down here I visit often like D-Pad, with the TV in the window playing the how to play screen from a Japanese copy of Super Smash Bros. 64 greeting us from the outside. This place is called Sudden Impact, and it has plenty of games and merch for all kinds of systems, and one of the few shops I've seen with worthwhile Japanese PS1 games. There is also bootleg merch as well for those who are interested in that, but lots more official stuff at the same time. It can actually be kind of overwhelming at first just how much is here, making you feel like you can search for hours. The owner, however, is cool as hell, and when he found out I was from Texas, he asked if he could get a selfie with me, and we had this nice heartwarming exchange.
Thank you for visiting from Texas.
No problem, sir. How long have you been open for?
17 years. This July will be 18 years.
Yeah, no, we saw it yesterday. We wanted to come, but we didn't get here until like 5 p.m. So
Yeah. No, thank you for coming during my shrunk hours. I'm working my way up to being open regular hours pretty soon. Hard to get.
yeah, Sega CD is super hard to get.
And you need like 8 wall sockets at your house to plug that stuff in.
Yeah, no, literally, I started getting into PS1 collecting, so I bought literally 3 boxes full of just Japanese PS2 games and PS1. Like, I have like an Ape Escape party game that was strictly only in Japan, but it used
Is that in a big box?
Yeah,
I
and it
remember
used the
seeing
PlayStation
that.
Eye camera, so
So much stuff. Like, if I ever went into one of those stores in Japan, I would need a U-Haul.
yeah, no, I literally, so I was in Japan for 2 weeks, man, and like the prices for that stuff was crazy. Like getting Earthbound
I
for
went to the hard rock place. It's like a Super Potato.
yeah, Super Potato, yeah.
And oh my God, they're like the Building 19 of the Super Potato.
Yeah, no, I literally went there. It's crazy. Like seeing Virtual Boys just out, literally just there. I was like, man, that's insane.
They had bins of loose Virtual Boys, like parts of the main head and then the legs and stuff. And I'm like, they're selling it for like pennies on the dollar.
It's super cheap there.
And I'll be real, this was one of the few times I felt like I was having a Southern interaction for sure. At the end of our conversation, I bought a couple of games from him, and he even gave me a discount. It was super cool, and if for whatever reason I'm back in Boston, I will gladly stop by here and greet him again. And if you want to show him support, go check out his TikTok, it will be in the description below. Well, now we're at the huge shopping district for Boston, as Seb said this is a cool place to check out and find interesting things. Turning the corner here and seeing the buildings off in the distance as a lady playing the violin is in the streets by us, it felt so peaceful, and I think right here, in all honesty, is the place to kiss a bro.
I could really go for a Boston cream pie.
So our main reason for coming to this area is because this is a huge shopping part for Boston where you can get the nice Sigma food, shop Ohio Riz clothing inside or outside, plus even skibbity around if you're baby Gronk enough. Why did I write this? Genuinely, I wrote this script after the trip. Why did I put this in here? I didn't really buy anything here, however, but it was just cool to walk around and explore the area and see what the place had to offer. For food, however, I did buy a $5 corn dog and proceeded to choke on it. It was my max aura farming moment for sure.
You want to see me deep throat a corn dog?
One of few interesting stores we found was this one that would sell jewelry of your eyes, with them getting a close-up shot of your iris and turning it into cool knickknacks for you to buy. I thought it was impressive to see, but I don't think I would have gone through the whole process. I just don't feel comfortable with anything being that close to my eyes ever since I played Dead Space 2.
What do you guys think? Should me and Seb get one together and then make out after? I think that's a yes.
Sure, yeah.
I specifically want that one, Dan.
I wanted that one too.
I specifically.
I'm just trying to
Come on, Dan.
Sharing is caring, Danny.
What the hell? Why did he get the bigger one?
What's happening right now?
John, just grab a fucking.
It was stuck between the cookies. I didn't want to destroy it.
Jesus Christ.
We also witnessed Dan use one of those coin machines as it screwed his pennies multiple times.
It's one of those that self-supplies pennies.
It does?
Oh wait, hold on. It fucked it up.
It was a self-supply penny, bro.
Yeah. Hold on, let me try it one more time.
They used to have machines where you could put pennies in there, and then that's how it worked.
I only read the instructions after. Okay. I'm gonna go.
That's like recording you for 5 minutes.
Bro, how many are you getting?
Hold on.
He's trying to get a good.
Because I fucked up these two because I didn't realize.
wasted
You didn't pay attention.
$2.
You didn't pay attention to the instructions. You didn't.
Hey, you. Why isn't it taking?
And this has single-handedly shown why these are profitable.
Yeah. Listen.
All right, you ready? Yeah, Dan has wasted $3.
Two.
$2 in our time.
I apologize. I think we'll like
Well, I'm big on not having my time wasted.
I'm sorry.
Now, while Dan had to lose money, we found some guy getting some money, as he was e-begging in real life, to the point he was upset if anyone gave him less than the amount of money he felt he deserved for his e-begging. I really don't get what his act was supposed to be, but props for having the balls to e-beg in real life, I guess.
$100 is a lot to ask for, but if you have it, please give it to me, because I actually have a dream. And that dream is to have a show where people pay at least $100 a ticket to come and watch me perform in a sold-out arena. Justin Bieber did it. Why not me? That is such an awkward pause. No, it's okay. You guys don't believe in me. It's okay.
Up next, we decided to go visit a candy store to see what random things we can find. I will be honest, even though I'm a big guy, I don't really care much for sweets, especially not overpriced candy, but it was quite intriguing to see what this place had in store, from things I've heard of before, like giant gummy bears, to then see sweets that I never even thought would be a thing. This store's variety was so huge it even had a second floor to it, which made me realize how weird it is to see stores with multiple floors that aren't just connected to a mall. I think the only time I ever really saw something like this was in Japan, because most buildings in San Antonio that do have second floors usually house other stores and not just a single one. Well, now we're gonna make our way to the aquarium, and as you know, I can't go anywhere without seeing if there's some way for me to look at fish. If one is in the area, you know where I'll be. With the sights of the Boston skyline above us to the random guy drugged out flipping off the art display as Dan casually takes a picture of it as if this is just normal to him.
All right, well, I thought he was just very mad at the art. I was like, what did the artist do?
He's doing the fence challenge. Straight up.
He's doing the fence challenge. What the fuck?
We approached the Boston Harbor, and man, I can't believe it. Boston was inspired by Atelier Totori and made a one-to-one harbor of that area in that town. Without fail, if there's a port, I'm gonna mention how it's my favorite area to see and experience. Every time I witness them, I always have thoughts of moving closer to the ocean until I remember how awful that idea is because of hurricanes. But it doesn't stop me from wishing. We even got to see this giant boat they have here where they do whale watching tours. Now, I don't think they were up and running today, but the day I get to see a real life whale is when I'll stop mentioning Planet Dob in my videos, which will never happen. After what felt like forever, we reached the location of the Boston Aquarium. Now, my goal for being here is to compare how well this stacks up against the Texas State Aquarium, as I used to have a video on my trip to it, but was removed for a reason, so take this as the replacement for that video. Getting to see seals swimming before we even walk in, I can say this was a huge point already above the Texas State Aquarium. Inside, we get greeted with this massive swimming area for their penguin exhibit. Getting to see the employees and penguins interacting with the occasional shot of the flightless bird pooping was a nice touch to the atmosphere. The place did have a very strong fishy smell, but complaining about a fish smell in an aquarium is like complaining that the chocolate fountain at a Golden Corral be tasting like someone's balls were dipped inside. You know what you signed up for, dude. I don't know why you're surprised. One of the biggest reasons you come to visit this aquarium is to see the over 200,000 gallon tank that simulates a coral reef ecosystem, with it being over a couple floors tall. Which, add all this plus the other things you can find here, you would think the tickets would be outrageous. Yeah, no, they were about 40 bucks. I think even cheaper for residents. We explored a bit till we came across the axolotl exhibit, which was my first time ever seeing these guys in real life. Now, I need to see them in Minecraft to really understand how amazing these creatures are. Thankfully, the lady here was very friendly and helpful with informing people about the axolotls, which is always a good sign to show the people they hire really do care. Eventually, upon talking with her, I learned that they had a mantis shrimp that was viewable, and I felt my excitement rise. So you already know we were on the lookout for the mantis shrimp.
I'm calling it now. I'm gonna leave this in. About, Piggy's gonna comment going, of course fucking Seek you into an aquarium. I'm leaving this in.
What kind of fish is that?
Whole lot of fucking nope, I'll tell you that. Does he like Planet
I wish
Dob?
we could get like a collection of like old.
Watch where you're going, big dick.
Finally, after all my years of being amazed by these creatures, we have spotted the one and only mantis shrimp. Now, if you were wondering why they're called this, it's because they straight up look like praying mantises from the side. These guys are quite impressive and are known to punch so hard that it causes a flash of light to appear. One thing most people don't know about mantis shrimps is that not all of them just punch shit. Some actually have spears instead for piercing, but since it's not as impressive as punching so hard a heated bubble of light forms, you usually don't hear about these guys all that much.
Is there anything you do with like the glass that's reinforced or anything?
It's just a really good acrylic.
Okay. Just...
Would you just mind putting the lollipop away and give it?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. Thank you.
With the other shrimp in there, do they like fight at all, or are those like basically cohabitable?
So the shrimp on top, it stays on top.
Understandable. That's all I need to know. Understandable. That's understandable.
After spending some time with the mantis shrimp, the only thing left to do was go up the ramp to the top of the giant tank and explore the many different spots. One of the first impressive things I saw was this really fat turtle.
Oh my fucking god, what the? Oh my god, he's so fat. I don't know if that was rude to say, I'm sorry.
But once at the top, you could look down and see all the sea life below with stingrays, turtles, and other interesting aquatic creatures not usually seen in the Texas waters. But with us reaching the very top, all that was really left now is to see a real-life shiny lobster, as this aquarium was home to a blue lobster. And to those who are aware about how rare blue lobsters truly are, this is the holy grail of sea life encounters, with the chance of one of these ever happening being 1 out of 2 million. To put that in Pokemon odds, you could find multiple shinies before you ever have a chance to see this in your lifetime. Truly, from this alone, I can say that yeah, this aquarium is on par with the Texas one for sure.
Yeah, he's straight up sleeping. That's how they sleep. He's literally asleep. That's so fucking adorable. This man's literally asleep.
We end up heading back to the place from before and decide to grab something to eat, as I ended up having the best Chinese food I've had in so long. Usually down here, orange chicken tends to be pretty sour, but this was some of the sweetest orange chicken I've ever had, and I even crave it now looking at the footage. But as the sun sets and the days come to an end, it's time to travel to town and see the nightlife of Boston, as me and Seb decided to take our own little side quest and explore if Boston was safe or not, with our main goal being to check out this shop that sells Boston desserts, as I wanted to try something I couldn't really have in Texas.
What did it say?
For what?
Well, if it's safe, I want to see it.
Yeah.
Let me see
It
it.
literally says yes, Boston genuinely, but this is AI. No.
No. Yeah, that's everywhere. That sounds about right. It does smell like fucking piss. I'm sure that is fucking piss.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's what it is. It's a natty. It's a quick time event.
But while exploring, we came across this weird structure, which when we realized what it was, I can say right now, we didn't expect it at all, and it really threw me off.
Holocaust Memorial, but there's smoke. Is there actually like a fucking like?
Wait, is this a Holocaust memorial?
Is this like an experience? Is this the Holocaust experience?
What the fuck?
But why is there smoke?
I thought, my god, this may be all that's left of someone. When one transport people refused to be taken to the gas chamber, a tragic struggle developed. They destroyed everything in sight and broke the crates filled with gold. This is awful, dude.
Why? This is interesting.
No, it's cool, but like, I didn't expect to fucking stumble upon literally this. Like,
And there's stars over here.
no, this is cool as shit because I love World War II. What I'm saying more is just like, I did not expect this to be what we see. And this is just like, it's sad, but it's like really fucking cool to stumble upon it. It's just really fucking sad.
Now, when I originally saw it, I assumed it was for warmth till we learned it was a Holocaust memorial. While this was really sad and wasn't what I was expecting to find, I can say it was a big eye-opener and a good showcase to help put into a viewable perspective how awful this truly was. It's one thing to hear and read about the multitude of lives lost, but when you have each name written on the glass as steam comes up from below to simulate the chambers these people saw before they lost their lives, it hits really hard. Now, after our detour, we finally reached the cafe we wanted to go to, and I get told by a drunken Boston guy how to actually pronounce the dessert I wanted. I didn't get this on film, however, so I can't really show it. But I ended up getting these, and man, they were good. Trying something I never had before and doing so while watching some other drunk guy attempting to talk to a group of girls with him straight up mentioning he just wants to fuck was something else. We stood by them to make sure they were good though, and thankfully nothing came of it besides them feeling embarrassed we witnessed that.
You guys just got a full show.
We're fucking hungry, bro. You guys want one?
No, I'm saying you just got a full show. I don't know what you're
it's cool. Be safe, bro. I was about to jump in.
Be safe. Yeah, well, we did our bakery walk, and I got a creme brulee or whatever the fuck it's called. But we also stumbled upon a Holocaust a Holocaust thing, and that was pretty cool. So, but I'm ready to go to bed. Yeah, Holocaust Memorial. There we go. I'm sorry, my fucking mind's fucked. But day 2 is done. Let's go.
It's now day 3, and we got big plans for big moves. We wanted to wake up early in the morning and get some breakfast again at a new cafe this time around, with the view there being outstanding. I kept just being amazed by how clear the water was and how close the houses were together. Just getting to experience how compact the roads and areas can get, it's something my Texas brain struggles to understand. When we arrived, we noticed it was only open for another 30 minutes, but man, the food was worth it at this place for sure. This is called Jack's Cafe, a cramped place, but for the price to get all of this, it's for sure a nice hole-in-the-wall spot worth the drive time it took to get here. After eating our wonderful breakfast, we need to do some more shopping as I haven't broken my wallet and savings yet, so how can I really say I vacationed if I don't come back broke? But we decided to stop at a Target since I needed a new carry-on bag, and a Minecraft backpack was the cheapest option. And I also found these Mario Legos, the one that was super expensive for no reason and off color. This Lego set actually caused someone who used to be in our friend group to get very upset and still to this day talks badly about me over the fact I mentioned the multi-billion-dollar company Lego could have actually made the colors correct if they wanted to. The next area we went to was a game store, and this one had some pretty rare selections like Silent Hill 1, a big box copy of Kingdom Hearts 2 PS3 version, and other things. I also bought some more games here as well, with the main thing I found was a physical Switch copy of Ender Lilies, which is a limited run print. Sucks as soon as I came back I got the game for free thanks to Amazon Prime, but I always try to go physical if possible. Looking back on it, I wish I would have bought the Pokemon Channel copy, but I also didn't really plan to ever talk about it. But then the dreaded Hey You Pikachu video happened, so now I'm kind of required to, I guess. The vast selection here was quite amazing, and if we would have came here earlier, I probably would have bought way more, but I was kind of reaching my spending limit at this point. We did also end up stopping at a GameStop, and I found a physical of this PS5 title that's actually really hard to come by, called Goodbye World. It reminds me a lot of Eastward, not gonna lie. It's something I also plan to cover one day because it looks interesting enough to talk about. Also, here's everything I bought game-wise for the trip. After we did our shopping, we went back home to game a bit till nightfall as we wanted to check out this gaming bar and some other locations that night, with the first place we stopped at being Anime Zaka. With a lot of interesting stuff inside here, to be honest, the only thing I did find that I still wish I would have bought was this Eva backpack. The reason why I didn't get it is because I never usually bring a backpack with me anywhere, and majority of the places I go to won't even let you bring it inside for the worry of you stealing. And reason number 2, it was $60, and my only experience with the series is the Nintendo 64 game that gave me a migraine because it's 20% horrible controls and 80% Shinji screaming. Inside, we get greeted by this giant Totoro plush, plus other cool merch for any anime you can think of, from Pokemon to Studio Ghibli, with the most surprising being merchandise for Sergeant Frog. My first experience of learning about him was seeing something related to it in the hit anime Lucky Star. Overall, it was a cool store with very nice workers, but I'm not a weeb, so this didn't interest me at all. I said I'm not a weeb, stop fucking typing in the comments, you cunt! We have finally arrived at this very cozy record store, and while I have no record player myself, I love the feeling these places give off. There's such vibes and being surrounded by things that feel so vintage. I always feel so relaxed every time I'm inside places like this. Also, me and Dan found some posters if you wanted to see them.
Bunch of posters.
I said poser.
No, I'm saying there's just a bunch of posters. But what I said was just a bunch of posters, but I heard you. But when you said that, I said just a bunch of posters. But when you were like a bunch of posers, but I said posters.
Yeah, I get it.
I get the confusion that was created because they do sound similar. Posers. You know, when you said bunch of posers, I heard, and I said posters. I can see why you probably would have heard me say posters. But I'm glad that we kind of fixed that up. Don't you think?
Yes.
Thank you. I just don't want another situation where poser and posters, and I say poster and you say poser.
Good.
Like most of the stores, this place had an upstairs section that was more about manga, plushies, and books, with some heavy hitters you couldn't find anywhere else.
Wait, what the fuck? What the hell? Inside the tentacle cave?
If I wasn't already giving my life away to the idea of owning so many shit games, I would probably collect books more, not gonna lie. But alas, I have dedicated my life to owning every copy of Planet Dob. We also stopped at a little cafe to get some coffee before we finally stumbled upon the gaming bar. This is called Versus, and the games they have range from classic arcade titles to even full-on Mario Kart and Smash Brothers. I personally am still not a fan of bars, so I just avoid them at all costs if possible, but I actually had fun here. I'm sure though, to no one's surprise, I'm very antisocial, so this shit is a lot for me. I did end up meeting this drunk foreign guy from Finland who wanted me to film him for the video, so here you go. Also, I would have showed more of us talking, but when the audio sounds like this, it makes it a bit unbearable to listen to. On the other side from the arcade machines, they had this skee ball attraction that didn't really keep score at all, but it sure is a man's instinct to grab some big balls and throw them around. If you say it's not, you just never felt a good pair of balls in your hand, and it shows. My orangutan strength may have been a bit much for the game, however. Overall, a very fun time, and would probably go again if I'm ever in Boston. Well, with our last stop being over and the cold winds hitting us hard, it's time we head home to get ready for tomorrow. Sadly, the Boston trip is coming to a close. Now, I want to bring this up. As a Texas man, I really wasn't prepared for how cold it would get here, and when I returned, I was actually sick for a few months, to the point my ears filled up with mucus and I couldn't hear out of them. It was not fun. So the Boston winds do be hitting different, I'm gonna say. We decided to eat one last time tonight and stopped at the place where it all started, being Luigi's. I forgot to film us eating, but yeah, overall, what a good night. The next morning, we got ready and cleaned up the Airbnb to make sure that $200 cleaning fee we paid for went to good use. But even though it was the final day and our planes came in a couple of hours, we still wanted to do some sightseeing before we head off, as there's a few smaller areas around we haven't explored, but time to stop again at the place we ate at yesterday for breakfast. It was that good, so what do you expect? Commence more amazing shots for our journey and views of the ocean for the billionth time. We were traveling for sure. However, as much as I was enjoying seeing these small towns, I will say it felt quite sad to be leaving my friends after all the fun we had. Like, damn, man. But we made our way to Nahant. With this view being what greeted us, I can say this was the best way to end the journey. Getting to look out to the blue water, it's all I could have asked for.
Say cheese, guys. I'm filming.
Cheese, guys. Guess so, guy.
What is the thing that Sonic does? The fucking his fucking finger, his gay ass finger.
His gay ass finger.
Sonic Adventure.
Where's his straight ass finger?
Hey.
Nice.
Stop filming my crotch.
Truly, this was the most Boston experience a Texas man like me could have had. Finally, we made our way to the airport. Our vacation is finally over. This Texas man has to return home. I made my way into the plane, wishing John, Seb, and Dan a goodbye. After boarding, I felt a sense of sadness, hearing the same safety video play that I heard on the way back here. It honestly didn't hit the same. While at first when I heard it, I was so happy and eager, and now that I'm hearing it, I wish I could just turn back time and start it all over again. I really think that I wasn't truly ready to leave, but I can say as the plane lifted back off to the skies, I am really grateful for the friendship I share with these guys, and I don't think I would have had it any other way.
Well, we are now back in San Antonio, and I guess my final thoughts for the trip. It was pretty unique. Definitely very different than Texas for sure. I kind of now have realized how fucking wide Texas is with everything. Like, look at these roads compared to everything that we saw in Boston, and how very nice, like nicer people are in Texas, to the point like everybody wants to fucking talk with you here and tell you like their life stories. In Boston, that just does not happen. You really don't get that. I think the only time I had that was with that one guy at the game store, and that was it. And even then, it wasn't really that much. Versus like when I was trying to even go to fucking Washington, we had a guy who literally was telling me about his son, where he worked, everything for Texas. So it just goes to show you like the differences when it comes to that. Overall, we probably should have planned this trip better. A lot of dumb shit kind of happened. It is what it is. The Airbnb, 3 stars, dude. The fact we had to beg for fucking heat because they locked the thermostat and kept it at a fucking 60 degrees when it was 32 outside and said that was comfortable for guests. Yeah, no, you're full of shit. And then the blinds in the bathroom was weird. And then there's like a broken mirror when we got there. It was just wasn't the best. For $600 for how much that costed, granted it was in a good location, it was next to the train, which helped, but boy was that not fucking good at all. Overall though, Boston was great. Food was very good. People were kind when they were kind, and then they were like very blunt, and I like that because I'm very, very blunt myself. But boy, can I not wait to go get some fucking Whataburger, baby. Texas, baby, let's go.
And that was my trip to Boston. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I plan to try to make a habit of taking a trip somewhere at least once a year, so maybe expect more videos like this in the future. I don't know. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.